Yo, 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 happy holidays. No.
Yo, yo, welcome
We
back.
back after a relatively long hiatus, all things considered. But we're back after being activated from COVID IL.
Yeah, literally.
Both of us were on the COVID IL for various reasons, but we're back now. I
Yeah,
think we're okay. We're That's TBD. Testing results
yeah, for,
are for him because I don't need to get tested.
yeah, no, I'm okay as well. It's just we've been in close contact with people who have been tested positive for COVID. So that's why
Yeah.
we are hunkering down as well. For our
Yeah.
faithful following of like 9 people. um,
Yeah.
just letting you know that
Yeah.
this is the reason why we've been kind of on a break. So
Yeah.
bear with us.
It's been difficult. Um, More so just because we have it's just been tough. Like again, like I think just the rest of the world has just been kind of crazy with the new Omicron variant as we talked about recently in one of our previous episodes. And again, cases are obviously skyrocketing right now. Hopefully everyone's staying safe, everyone's taking proper precautions. Hopefully everyone's going out and trying to get their booster shots, which again is a if you haven't booked an appointment already or tried to, I suggest you go do it just because I mean it's kind of crazy if you don't. Anyways, that's not the first episode.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It was
yeah,
really
like
weird. I was just thinking about this just now. Like we had a discussion about the NHL Olympics like 2 or 3 episodes ago. So basically, at the beginning of December, we were talking about whether or not the NHL would send players to the Olympics, and I was still at the
yeah,
time saying like, "No, man, I'm optimistic." And then like literally 2 3 weeks later, here we are. COVID hit so quickly again.
I'm just gonna throw out there. Even in the discussion, I threw it right away. Like they're not going. They're
Yeah,
absolutely not going. And I
you're
was
right.
right. I was right. I'm gonna keep banging that drum until the end of time.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's kind of where we're at.
yeah. And honestly, I'm so glad that's not happening anymore. And
Yeah,
I think since our last recording, there have been no games played. Like no NHL games have been played.
there were two
Um,
played yesterday.
okay, yeah, but in the
But
grand
yeah,
scheme of
like
things,
but generally speaking, you're right.
yeah,
Uh things have been relatively shut down.
yep,
There have been alterations made to the COVID protocol in terms of quarantine period and everything like that. So again, the league's just trying to kind of adapt and keep things moving. So I mean, yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now, and so at least in terms of the NHL. So again, um, I guess we'll go out
yeah,
and kind of just summarize what we're going to be doing today. So this is not going to be a very NHL episode. Like there's going to be almost none, if any, uh if sorry like there's going to be very limited NHL talk. We're basically planning on
yeah,
talking about what we did over the holidays. We're going to do a Spider-Man No Way Home movie review. We're going to talk about what we did for the holidays. We're going to talk about some of the favorite stuff we got from the holidays, and then that'll probably be it. um just because again, like there's not really much to talk about. I think just in my opinion right now, it seems kind of, I don't want to say odd, but it seems kind of wrong to be talking about hockey and kind
yeah,
of stuff like that when there's kind of a crisis, like a global health crisis going on. Now, granted, there are hockey games being played, so maybe once the rest of the league starts picking back up in terms of the amount of games that are getting played, we can open it up a bit and start talking about those again. But I think just right now, it just kind of feels really weird to kind of be like, okay, the Tampa Bay
yeah,
Lightning won last night.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't really care either. Like,
yeah,
I think maybe this is a bad way to put it, but the lack of distractions in the world right now, because
yeah,
everyone's on holiday break, puts
yeah.
more emphasis on COVID than it normally would. Like,
Hmm.
I have full faith that by the beginning of January, like first week of January onwards, everyone, it's not going to be back to normal, but like things will be kind of consistent again. Some people have their boosters already. Um, Hopefully by then cases are lower. NHL games will continue to be played, I assume, early January
Yeah.
onwards as scheduled. So,
I think I've said this. I've said this again. I've said this a couple of times, I think. But if I'm hoping that this is kind of a very kind of there's obviously a really big spike in daily COVID cases, which is to be expected with the just with how infectious the new variant is. But I'm really hoping that, especially again, like like hopefully this isn't a long term thing, and again, like it's just gonna like I don't want to say a one off, but hopefully it's a relatively short term thing where like by the like mid January to the beginning of February, we're kind of starting to kind of get back to where we were before this massive spike. But I'm also not exactly holding my breath, just given kind of what we know about the variant. So yeah, basically, long story short, to summarize my last point, I'm really hoping it's a little short term thing. Again, it's kind of sad that now instead of people saying I hope I don't get it, they're just kind of waiting to get it, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But again, I think people like it's just I'm hoping this variant is just kind of it's gonna die out eventually.
Yeah.
So um
It's a matter of time. We'll be okay. Have faith. Trust
yeah,
the
and
process,
yeah,
everyone.
yeah, just again, just trust the process, try to stay positive. Like that's all I can really do at this point in time. And again, just kind of continue to take the proper precautions. I know it's frustrating. I know it's been a really long couple years with the pandemic,
So long.
but um that's all I can really say. Just kind of keep trying to do your part because again, like it's not just like I think we should have to keep trying to promote the health of safety, not just yourself, but the people that are around you. So, anyways,
Yeah.
that'll be the end of the sad, depressing COVID talk, I think, hopefully. So that being said, um, so for next little bit, we're going to be talking about Spider-Man Far From Home.
No way home.
Um, No Way Home, sorry, not Far From Home, No Way Home. If you haven't seen the movie yet, I suggest going into the description and getting the timestamp just because there probably will be spoilers.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so I'll give you a little 5 second buffer to do that now.
Do 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 do.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So welcome all you Spider-Man fans and you no, but yeah, so I saw it I think the day after it came out or shortly after it came out because again, I think just dude because
Yeah.
it's kind of funny, I guess. Because I am talking about COVID again, but because of the Omicron variant, I think the Spider-Man movie came out the day after they implemented the capacity limitations in movie theaters. So they had a 50% capacity. So I think
You-
most movie theaters actually there's that?
So in your movie theater, when you saw Spider-Man, you had only
Yeah.
50% people in your room.
No, I think it was near full.
Me too.
I'm
Me
not
too.
sure. So when I saw it, anyways, I'm not 100% sure when it came out. I thought it came out on Friday.
It's like
But
Thursday.
or it was supposed yeah, so okay, I thought it was supposed to come out on Friday, but I saw it was in theaters on Thursday. So again, maybe it came out Thursday. I saw it on the Thursday, I guess the day it came out.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. Holy shit. I really liked it. It was really good. We had a discussion about this after you saw it. So what were your thoughts on the movie as a whole?
So I saw it on the Friday. So I think like the day or the next day after you saw it, I just saw it as well in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Um, COVID stuff aside, I think that movie was okay. I'm gonna first look at it from a Spider-Man movie in and of itself, and then I'm gonna dissect it based off of how I
Okay.
feel about it as a movie
Okay.
in general, like compared to other movies that I've seen.
Yep.
MCU
Fair.
movie, Spider-Man movie, looking at it from that lens, I thought it was like one of the best that I've ever seen. Like it's up there in terms of Infinity War and Endgame, and then there's Spider-Man No Way Home. I think interchangeable those three movies in my top three. Spider-Man movies, number one, like this takes the cake. And just compared to like the Amazing Spider-Man 1 to the original Sam Raimi trilogy, even Homecoming and Far From Home, I thought this was better than those ones. And
Mm-hmm.
the reason why, there's a big reason why. The movie had so much damn fan service
Yeah.
from beginning to end, whether it
Mm-hmm.
was like the little Easter eggs or the references they made, even with all the villains coming back, and then obviously with the two Spider-Man coming back as well. Like it was filled with just something that Spider-Man fans would love. And there was like
Yeah.
one particular, I was talking about this with a friend earlier today. There was one particular line that Doc Ock said that really got me in the movie. It was like when he met Toby Spider-Man again, he's like, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
how you doing, my boy? You're all grown up." And
Yeah, good scene. Good scene.
that was a good scene. He said it to
Yeah.
Toby Spider-Man, but I felt like, wow, he's really saying it to like the fans of Spider-Man. Because when I saw that initial movie, that was like when I was like 6 years old, 5 years old.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember seeing it in the theater. I just remember seeing it a long, long time ago. And then like 20 years later, now I'm seeing it again. So a part of me was like,
Mhm.
ah, nostalgia. I love it.
Yeah.
And when you're able to
Mhm.
strike the nostalgia of people, it works 10 out of 10 times. People love
Mhm.
nostalgia. There's not one person I
Mhm.
know on earth that hates the feeling of nostalgia. Like everyone loves
Mhm.
like, you know, when you're young and you were a kid and the world was amazing and you had Spider-Man toys and video games and stuff like that, right? Now the
Yeah.
world is filled with COVID and, you know, horrible news and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
like it was
Yeah.
perfect. And it came out during a time when we didn't know like, okay, is COVID going to be a problem again? Just before
Yeah.
lockdown started again.
Yeah.
Uh, like it was perfect for the type of movie it was and the MCU movie it
Mhm.
was and the Spider-Man movie it was.
Mhm. I'm glad you specified it because I thought it was really good for what it was supposed to be,
Yeah.
and what it ended up being. In terms of an action, in terms of the like just as a movie, just like a movie, just as a movie by itself, like not a Marvel movie, not a Spider-Man movie, like just a movie. If you look at it like just strictly as a film, I have some problems with it, which
I do
again,
too.
um, so again, like, but if we're strictly talking about it as like a Spider-Man movie, again, this has been in the works for years, and I think people have been looking forward to this movie with our Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire for a while. Um, oh, his video is off. Hold
Yeah, sorry, I
on.
had to clean my nose for a sec. Don't
Okay.
worry about that.
No, so like this is like you said, this is a movie for the fans. Like this is everything that anyone who watched the other two series, the Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire trilogy have been waiting for a very long time. um and again, I think if you just look at it exclusively as that, I thought it was almost, it's basically anything it's basically everything that you could have really realistically asked for.
Yeah.
um in terms of like where they were ranks in the like in the rest of the Marvel movies, I think you're probably right in terms of being interchangeable with Endgame and Infinity War. Now that being said, I think majority of that just strictly just solely comes from the fan service,
Yeah.
necessarily not necessarily from the actual plot and everything. Because again, I do think Endgame and Infinity War, those two movies are probably still, I still think both of them are ahead of Spider-Man No Way Home. Again,
Yeah.
you can debate that till the end of time. That's not really the point of this episode. But yeah, like again, like it was just kind of nice seeing it was really nice seeing Alfred Molina playing uh Doc Ock again. Because again, in my opinion, I think a lot of people's opinions, I recently rewatched Spider-Man 2, like the from the Sam Raimi trilogy.
Okay.
That is probably my favorite Spider-Man movie ever, like even ahead of No Way Home.
Oh wow.
Like that movie is unbelievable, man. Oh my god. It is genuinely a superhero cinematic masterpiece in my opinion. There's so many things that just make that movie so freaking good. But again, like I and I think part of that just comes from, I think the actual plot as a movie for Spider-Man
Yeah.
2 with Alfred Molina is probably a bit better and more well-rounded and has less holes than Spider-Man No Way Home. But again, that's not what is like, I don't think that's what it was supposed to be. I don't think Spider-Man No Way Home was supposed to be a cinematic masterpiece that was going to
Yeah.
win like a bunch of Academy Awards. That wasn't really the point of it. So as long as that's not the point of it, it's not really an issue.
Yeah.
Anyways, all that to say, so go ahead.
I'm also a huge soundtrack guy. Like
Yeah.
I love me a good OST to any movie. Like if the
Mhm.
soundtrack
Yep.
is good, I will love the movie automatically.
Yeah.
Like
I
I will
agree.
often overlook the biggest plot holes and story problems to any movie if the soundtrack is good.
Mhm.
That's how much of
Yeah.
a music buff of a movie I am. And
Mhm.
this soundtrack of No Way Home was phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
there were some pieces in there. I listened to it after the movie that I
Mhm.
think it was like in that score, in that specific piece, there was a callback to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man theme, and then another
Yeah.
callback to Tobey Maguire's. And when Tobey
Well, it's kind of
Maguire's
yeah.
came on, I started tearing up. I was like,
It's kind
oh,
of funny you say that. That's kind
I
of funny you
missed
say
it.
that because that callback to the Tobey Maguire scene actually came up in that Alfred Molina scene you were talking about, where they're talking on
Yeah,
the bridge and the construction site. So I mean, I kind of was hoping that they were gonna actually bring back the actual theme when they have
yeah.
that scene at the house where they're like where they open the portal. But like, anyways, like I can't you can't have it all. All in all, I really enjoyed it for what it was. Again, and it's kind of difficult because the movie fan side of me wants to dock at points because just like logically kind of, oh, what about this? What about this?
Yeah,
What about
yeah,
like
yeah.
there's so many other things. It's like, oh shit, like there's so many like kind of not loose ends, but like man, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. There
So
was a lot of like sorry because I've actually wasn't a huge fan of the other Spider-Man movies, like the Marvel, not like the home like the Homecoming and Far From Home movies.
I thought
I
they're
wasn't a
okay.
huge fan.
They're okay.
Yeah, they were okay. And like I've always stood by I think Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man actor, like at both playing Peter Parker and Spider-Man. And if they gave him and if they used him in the movies for like Tobey Maguire, or they gave him like a movie that was like directed by Sam Raimi, I genuinely think they would have been the best Spider-Man movies of all time. But like I think having a movie like that in that trilogy really kind of redeemed the series for me. Sorry, not the series, like the Tom Holland trilogy,
This
especially with the yeah. Go ahead.
this No Way Home movie made
Mhm.
the initial Sam Raimi trilogy
Mhm.
and the Andrew Garfield movies better.
Yeah, I
Like
don't
it made me
disagree with that.
appreciate them more because then it
Mhm.
gave some insight into like what happened to Toby after those movies, what happened to Andrew after those movies.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I don't know, it was just there were holes, don't get me wrong, in this movie, but like
Yeah.
there was so much excitement when I saw the movie going into it and in my theater alone.
Mhm.
Like people were going crazy at every scene. There was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
It's hard not to get swept up by that and just be like, ah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm having a great time.
yeah. No, and that's really it, right? I mean, that's really it. I mean, because again, like you can choose to kind of poke all these holes and have a lot of questions about like the plot and everything, but like as I've said, I think at least 10 times so far, like it's not what it was supposed to be. So like it's not like I don't think that, again they didn't really intend it to be like a flawless movie where it's like where it's gonna make you kind of like go back and think about all your life decisions or anything like that. It wasn't a super deep movie. It's just it was a callback to the fans, and they I think the fans got what they asked for.
Pretty much.
Um, and again, like there's no really complaining. Like it was a very well put together movie for the fans, and like there were so many little callbacks in that movie that people don't really realize, but it
Yeah.
was so freaking good. Like oh my god,
Okay. I'm gonna
like even like the little Easter eggs, and like I don't know if anyone noticed this, but in the beginning, like in the very beginning, when like because again, okay, so for those of you who haven't, so again, so if you I'm assuming if you're at this point of the pod at this point of the pod you've watched the movie, so I'm just gonna break it down. So basically so like if no so it's the movie starts off like basically leading off from where the end cut scene of Far From Home was, where they have Jake Gyllenhaal or Mysterio on the camera basically revealing Peter Parker's identity, and he's swinging around the city. Basically he picks up MJ because MJ's on the ground. He dropped on the ground, like sorry, he placed her on the ground, and he was leaving. So he went to go get her and started swinging back the other way. And on the way out, you can see that there was a cable car for Roosevelt Island, I think it is, which is a
yeah,
callback to the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie where Green Goblin busted the cable car.
I remember
And it's
that. I
the
remember that.
same freaking car. It's like it's little things like that, which are just so detailed and are just so marvel that is just makes it's little things like that as a fan that just blow your mind. Not so I don't say blow your mind, but like it just makes it in like it's just like oh shit, true. That's from the first movie. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's like anyways. I'm like we enjoyed it. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Um
It was I needed this movie to be honest. Like it's been so long since I've seen a
Mhm.
movie that made me so genuinely excited to watch, but also like really enjoyed the experience of watching it as well. I think the last time I felt this
Yeah.
way was Endgame, probably, which
Yeah.
was considering COVID like eons ago now. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Uh,
remember that actually.
I'm gonna quickly talk about the couple of things I really liked in this movie. I
Mhm.
love what I love how they ended this trilogy with Tom Holland. A lot of
Yeah.
people are
Yeah.
criticizing the plot. I'm gonna get into that in like just a couple seconds, but like the one thing I really liked about this movie was the way they finally finished developing Tom Holland's character. Don't get me wrong, these three movies were Tom Holland's Spider-Man's origin story. So like you saw him at the beginning, just as a dumb kid, he didn't know what to do. He got a suit from Tony Stark, and so it's kind of like a reverse origin story in the sense that he was gifted everything, but then he lost someone that was really close to him in his life in the second movie in Far From Home.
Mhm.
He lost Tony Stark. In this movie, he lost
Yeah.
everyone. And now he's Spider
Yeah.
Man. Now he has to do everything on his own. He has no one. He has to make his own suits. He's going to be his own. He's not going to fight like multiverse villains anymore, I assume. He's just going to do local crime fighting, which is the Spider Man that is originally from the comics, right?
Yeah.
And so the way they left the story, Tom Holland wise, I thought it was 10 out of 10. Like, could not have done it any better. When Aunt May died, I was like, wow, I can't believe they just did that. And then she dropped that with great power comes great responsibility as well.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
you're gonna kill her, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like even leading up to that, you could tell something was off. And you're like, she's gonna die. She
Kind of.
fully because like
Yeah.
no, because you could tell she was like struggling, and I was like, okay, like she fully looks like she's like just like she's shutting down. Like, because it's kind of interesting. It's kind of similar to how they had Tony, how they had Tony Stark right before he died. Now, granted, he didn't really speak, but he was basically kind of like very like
Yeah.
isotonic, and she was borderline in that. So I was like, okay, she fully died, especially once you saw that like she basically got impaled by the goblin glider. So once I was like, okay, like she dead. Like, and
Yeah.
like I don't want to say it was predictable, but like you could kind of see it coming, just given like as soon as they started, like the whole building started, like once that scene where the goblin took over and they basically kind of blew up, like once they started having that fight in the apartment, I was like, okay, she's running, which means she's either gonna get out or she's gonna get like she's gonna get killed, she's gonna die.
Yeah.
It's based on, anyways, I don't know, like because that's one of the things that's kind of been missing in terms of the other Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. There hasn't been a whole lot of like actual like emotional shock, or not shock, but there hasn't really been a whole lot of emotional angle where they've actually been like people that have been killed. Like, because I'm thinking about it now. Like, I don't think anyone's really been killed in the previous two Tom Holland movies. Like, the closest thing I can really think of is uh what's her name? Fucking Vulture. When Vulture gets like
Yeah.
almost explodes, but like that's it's he doesn't even die. So like I think this movie just brought a lot of things that the other things were lacking, specifically two other Spider-Man. But yeah, like,
Yeah.
um
I
yeah,
just
like, yeah.
I just realized
Hmm.
my dad's in the other room and I know he wants to watch this movie one day. So I hope he isn't listening too closely to
That's
this. And I
okay.
know my
Yeah,
house has
you're fine.
walls.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah.
If I finish recording and I step outside, he'd be like, I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all right.
Though I'm gonna talk about one final thing about this movie.
Mhm. Yeah.
The only thing that I didn't like, but then again, this is a Marvel trope, is the basically the cures for the villains they just concocted in a high school lab. They're just
Yeah.
like, okay, how do we get over this problem? Let's science this
Yeah, I
shit.
saw that. I saw that.
Let's
Yeah.
science
I don't
this.
know. Yeah, I don't
And I
know.
was like,
Yeah.
come on. But then I
You
was like,
know,
okay,
again, like
whatever. I'm
so
willing
like
to
again.
I'm
Yeah.
willing to overlook this just to see the
Mhm.
interactions between Toby, Tom, and Andrew.
Yeah, like that was a thing, right? And anyways, I'm not, yeah, like this is like that's one of the things that's like, ugh, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's like, okay, like
It was like in Endgame when Tony Stark's like, okay, I'm not gonna help you guys. And then like 5 minutes later, figured out time travel. Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah. I don't know.
okay, fine.
Like, no, and that's the thing with these sci-fi movies. You kind of have to realize like you're sacrificing like plot for like the ability just to kind of pull stuff out of thin air.
Yeah,
Like, and
yeah.
that's not necessarily just a Marvel thing. It's just like a sci-fi movie thing in general. But I don't know.
Just enjoy yourself. Just when you
Yeah,
go to the
pretty
movies,
much.
don't think about it
Yeah,
too hard. Just have fun.
yeah,
And that's exactly
yeah.
what we did. So I appreciate you,
Basically, yeah,
Marvel.
yeah. I agree.
I don't have anything else to talk about Spider-Man though, unless you
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
going.
Okay, so yeah. So I think we'll leave it there for the at least for the Spider-Man Far From Home talk. Again,
No
uh,
Way Home.
I keep doing that. Yeah, No Way Home. God damn it. Um, but yeah, if for whatever reason you're still listening to it and you haven't listened to this part and you haven't seen it yet, I strongly suggest going to go see it because it really was a good movie for like it was a pretty good movie. I really enjoyed it.
That being said, obviously with COVID, that's harder than it looks. So
Yes, be safe again.
be safe.
Be
Yeah.
safe. Make good choices, I guess. And I guess now we're just gonna quickly again. We're not probably won't be much longer. Again, this is probably gonna be a bit of a shorter episode today because we're gonna have to work relatively shortly. So but we're just gonna quickly go over what we did for the holidays. Go over anything special or something that we want to share, as well as maybe share some of our favorite gifts we got over the holidays. Um,
Hmm.
yeah. So anyways, Armand, I will let you go first in terms of just talking about some of your favorite. Now, granted, yeah. Anyways, I'll let you talk about your holidays first, and then I can go after because I don't really have a whole lot to talk about.
I have to think about this because the way me and my family celebrate is ever since I was young, so like 7, 8 years old. So my family's not Christian, but we still celebrate every single year. And
Okay.
I think when I was 8 or 9 years old, my dad, that was the first year where Christmas morning I woke up and there was like little Hot Wheels cars under our small plastic Christmas tree. And
Yeah.
ever since then, I think mom and dad, they saw like the look on me and my brother's faces and they're like, we got to keep this going forever. Like, this is
Yeah.
amazing. And I thought
Mhm.
so too. I was like, yeah, can we please do this once a year?
Yeah.
And they were like,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. So at the time, I thought it was Santa Claus that gave us the stuff. And
Yeah.
I didn't know he was not real until I was like
He
12.
is too real. He is so real
Sorry,
for
sorry.
sure.
He is real. But basically, now it's come, our tradition has evolved in a way that
Yeah.
we just fully admit, like, okay, I'm gonna go shopping for you, Dad, on this date. I'm gonna go shopping for you,
Yeah.
Mom, on this date. So whatever parcels that come in, or wherever I'm gonna store these presents in the house, please don't check this room for like a few weeks.
Yeah.
That's where I'm keeping everything.
Yeah. Okay.
So like now everyone's aware of what everyone's doing. So now instead of me and my brother just getting presents, we exchange
Yeah.
everything between each other now.
Yeah.
And it's been
Mhm.
like that way for a number of years now. So
Yeah.
this year was again same thing. It was really nice though. Like we all gave
Mhm.
each other some really good presents. What did
Yeah.
I get? What did I get? I know. Okay, I gave my parents. It was like a combined gift. I finally gave them a Dyson. I know as a family we've been really wanting a Dyson. Just any product from Dyson, to be
Okay.
honest,
Okay.
like a hair dryer or like a vacuum. But
Okay.
I got them a fan, so now we can keep cool
Nice.
in the summers. Uh, I think they want to upgrade to like a hot and cool. I only gave them a cool.
Yeah.
You might do
That's
that.
fun. Yeah.
I really like that present I gave.
Mhm.
What did I get?
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Like I love
Yeah.
them all equally. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't wanna say one's better than the other.
Yeah.
I have to think about that one. Can you come back to me?
Yeah. Yeah. No worries.
Oh,
Uh,
almost dropped this.
yeah. So what did I do this holiday season? So again, just with COVID, it's been difficult to do anything really too special during the holidays.
Yeah.
Like I didn't I obviously saw Spider-Man with my family, which is kind of nice. I saw Disney's Encanto in theaters with my family, which is kind of nice.
Good movie.
Uh, like yeah, like I've literally just kind of been hanging out at home. I've been working, uh, which is nice. Again, that's always nice to have a bit of a cash flow, especially during the holidays. And like towards like Christmas Eve and everything, like my again, one of my family members was a relative close contact of someone who confirmed as being positive, like not like an actual close contact just by the government like definitions, but he was like I think they were still like at risk of contracting it. So anyway, that was kind of a bummer. I had to try to like somewhat reduce contact with people, so I didn't really get to go see some people that I want to see, which is okay. It's again, I probably shouldn't be seeing them anyways, just at this current moment, anyways.
Yeah.
But it like had a nice had a nice Christmas itself. Again, like much like you, we just exchanged gifts and everything. Um, yeah, like and like we've always been a family that's kind of done that because again we're Anglican. Is that the word? Anglican. What am
Anglican.
I saying? Anglican. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm Anglican. Oh my God.
Angelican.
I'm so sorry, Jesus. I'm so sorry. But yeah. Like yeah, in terms of stuff I got, like you said, I got some really nice stuff. So not like I got a really nice sweater from Levi's for my sister. For those of you that are familiar with the streetwear brand Kith, I got a really nice Kith long sleeve.
Kif.
Um,
That's funny.
and like in terms of the one like I kind of gave myself and got like the nicest present because I still like um I needed a new backpack and I wanted like a relatively nice one, like nothing like super like expensive or anything. But I ended up getting like a really nice like Coach backpack from Coach Outlet, which is like it's really nice. It's a really nice leather bag. It wasn't super expensive, but I'm splitting the cost with my parents. But like it's probably my favorite and my nicest gift I got this year. And I'm probably gonna use the living hell out of it when it comes to school and traveling and everything because it is very nice. But yeah, that's basically all I did this holidays, and that's stuff I got. And in terms of what I'm doing the rest of the holidays, I'm probably just gonna be working. Um, but we'll see. And he is off.
I'm back. I was thinking about what I got. Honestly, I got a lot of small things that combined just were all amazing.
Yeah.
This is something I got from my dad. This is the thing I have to put up still. It's just like Toronto Maple Leafs and then Armand at the bottom.
Oh, nice. That's actually is very nice. Holy cow.
And it's like a nice picture frame and everything too. So I was like, I'm gonna put this up on my wall somewhere. I still have to do that.
I'm thinking about getting a frame and framing one of my Leafs jerseys. It's not signed or anything, but just putting it up somewhere.
Yeah, it's a good decoration.
Yeah, I have a movie
Um,
poster that I don't really like right now, so maybe I'll try to sell it or make some space for it somewhere, and then put a Leaf jersey or something up. Once I get my Getzlaf jersey signed, which is happening, I'm getting my Ryan Getzlaf jersey signed and framing it and putting it up. So it's just a placeholder until that gets done.
I just realized as well that we only have an auditory audience right now. Over the next 2-3 days, what I'm gonna do is kind of a tangent, is or maybe not so much a tangent. I think we're pretty much wrapped up anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to Simon and I are gonna make finally a repository of all like the highlights that we have from this year.
Good word, repository. Good word.
Yeah, and we're basically gonna do like a holiday countdown of like the top 10 moments of the Taxi Squad Pod season 1 so far, and then we're gonna upload on YouTube finally. All I have to do is I just have the episodes on my computer. I just have to make them video format, and then they're good to go for YouTube. So for our listeners who prefer a visual format of experiencing the Taxi Squad Pod, you will have access to our YouTube account.
It's finally coming. Don't worry. Sorry.
Yeah. And so then you can see what I was talking about when I visualize my present. Just a big present right now. It's a big poster, should I say, with Toronto Maple Leafs and the Leafs logo and then Armand Naga at the bottom. That's the gift I got.
You're just gonna have to wait till the video comes out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, everyone. It's okay.
I also got a little Austin Matthews figurine from my dad.
Was the Pop Funko thing?
No, it's like a
Oh, is that McFarlane's?
what is it? It's NHLfigures.com.
Oh, okay,
It's
interesting.
imports dragon figures. NHL figures. Limited
Oh,
edition or something.
that's
Yeah.
nice. That's crazy. Yeah, I collect the only figures I collect right now are Pop Funkos, which are actually kind of nice. But yeah,
They are nice. They are nice.
I have a several in my closet.
Oh wait, hold on. Does this
Seven.
count? Give me 1 sec. Does this one count?
Yeah, yeah. Of course that counts.
Yeah.
That's one.
Sorry, I just
Yeah.
again for this going on Spotify, I have to be careful. I
Yeah.
just showed a Mega Man Pop Funko.
Hmm. I got myself on the 27th. I went to Von Mills to get a price adjustment on something, and I got a Dwight Schrute Belschnickel one. It's
Ah, that's
freaking.
cool.
It's hold on, hold on.
Do 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 do. Ooh, nice Christmas lights in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It is so sick. I love
That's
it.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I think for now that's all I really have for you.
Yep.
Again, uh, we did we didn't really start out the show with this, but I hope everyone did have a happy and safe holidays, whether you celebrate Hanukkah, Christmas, Diwali. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. But
Diwali
anyways,
was
like
early
not
November though.
Diwali. Sorry, not Diwali. What am I thinking of?
Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa. I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, um, I hope everyone had a safe and healthy holidays. Hopefully, everyone continues to stay safe and stay healthy.
Yeah.
As I say,
And when are we gonna come back? Then if this one, I think I'll probably have this episode up probably by tomorrow, to be honest.
Mhm.
So, and today's Wednesday, December 29th. So this will be everyone's pre-New Year episode to consume. Now I'm thinking,
Yeah,
I guess the next time we'll see everyone will be the New Year.
probably. Um,
Wow.
yeah. So I guess add that. So Happy New Year. Hopefully, everyone has a. Hopefully, everyone comes up with some really good New Year's resolutions and has a really happy New Year, or has a good New Year's Eve and New Year's Eve party.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think it's gonna be much partying during the New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And yeah, make sure you subscribe to our Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, just subscribe there.
I do have some resolutions already. I'm gonna actually
like
follow them though. They're
would you
mainly
like to share
related.
them?
They're mainly related to COVID. I made a list
Oh
just before coming
God.
here. I was like, I have to follow this, and it's like basically number one, I'm gonna get tested way more just for my mental sanity. Like after every large group gathering in 2022, I'm just gonna test myself just in case,
Okay.
and then I'm
Okay.
also gonna limit the number of things I attend. So, like, I'll stick to
Yo,
my.
same.
I'm gonna stick to my closest friend group and like my family, and that's about it. Like,
Yeah, outside of go ahead.
like I think I've been invited to a few different things over the last few months, and I've said yes to everything
Yeah.
because I've just been so like just dried out from social interaction over 2020 that I've just said yes to almost everything this year. In 2022, I'm going to reel back on that now and kind of be in the middle where I'm saying yes to a lot of things, but also no to some things just because I am not comfortable with expanding my social circle that much.
And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like I'm trying to remember the last time I actually went out to actually interact with people that weren't in my own household. It's been a while. Like outside of work, because like obviously work is like you're putting yourself out there. Because I'm working like in the workplace. I'm not remote. So like obviously you expose yourself there, but like even like just thinking about to myself, like it's been a while, man. Like probably since like this early December, late November. I haven't seen any people like that I really maybe. I mean, sorry, I'm also going to be at school next semester for like 2 days a week. So I get to meet people through there, which is actually kind of exciting. But like generally, I'm not going to see a lot of people. So,
yeah.
anyways.
Anyway, so those are our resolutions. Everyone listening to this, stay safe, stay well. And for anyone who
Yeah.
actually listens to us, first, like, why? but also, but also, thank you so much. We've only made it.
Yeah.
How long have we been doing this now? This is our 15th episode, and so
We started in October.
yeah, we've been doing this for like 3 months now, I guess. Wow.
We started at the night of the Habs home opener when I was
Yes.
in Montreal.
Yes. Wow, that feels
Yes.
like so long ago now.
Yeah, I
Holy
know, it's
shit.
crazy.
But
But
yeah,
yeah, again,
anyone following
again,
us,
sorry, go ahead.
anyone who listens to us consistently, thank you so much. We have a lot of ideas for the new year, and we have different ways we're going to improve us and our podcasting over the next few months. So please listen to us if you already are.
Yeah, please,
we love doing this, so we could use some ears.
Yeah, and again, like we're gonna get back on a regular schedule sooner rather than later. Like Armand said, thanks so much for listening. Again, we if we didn't have a following, or at least somewhat of a following, we probably, like, there's not a whole lot of motivation there for us to keep going. So again, we appreciate your support, your time, and again, just like, we just appreciate the overall effort to go out of your way and listen to our stuff, because again, it is just stuff. It's not it's not important, but we appreciate it though.
Yeah, and I'm gonna quickly make a shout out to all my friends and my close ones who listen to this, because I know you guys support this podcast as well. Thank you for doing that. If you're listening to me saying this, you know who you are. I appreciate you tons and tons and tons.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, no, he wasn't talking about me, unfortunately, but I too would also like to out said friends, even though I probably don't know many of them or any of them, but that's okay. Thank you, friends, and continue to spread the word about the taxi squad. Oh yeah, for all y'all who, the taxi squads are back, yo. So we back. Yeah.
Okay.
It was only a matter of time.
Simon's internet is also cutting out again, so I think this is a perfect time to wrap up.
Yeah, we gotta wrap because I gotta get ready for work. So yeah, stay tuned.
Bye.
Bye.